Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Skyrim. So, we, sought alternative entry into Winterhold. And now that we're here, we are going to continue pursuing the, Elder Scroll.
You can see me?
Yes, of course I can.
Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent.
Okay. What do you got for sale?
So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Yes, I really do. But I can't. Why do you all have to keep bringing that up? Alright, Scroll of Mayhem? Firestorm is really nice. I might get some of those. But I need to sell stuff. Alright, sell this one, that one. Oh, don't need those. For sure. Actually, let's go by weight and sell the heavy... Okay. Well, never mind. He's not going to buy much that weighs much of anything anyway. So let's just sell stuff, huh? Ooh, don't have the gold for that, or that. Or that. Or that. Much of anything, really. Ah, he can buy that one. He can buy a couple of those. Okay. Good enough.
Good day.
You too, sir. What is this a library? Freya, it's a library. Look at this. Look at all the books. My God, Freya, I'm in heaven. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Book of the Daedra. The Ethereum Wars. Cats of Skyrim? Freya, this is amazing. Look at all these books. Oh, man. Hi. Hi.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
I would never dream of it. This is quite an impressive library.
A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Books have come and gone during that time, but it's mostly intact.
Oh my gosh. What have you got for sale?
Assorted books, scrolls. I'm sure you'll find something useful.
I think I'm going to spend all my money. Maybe. Accounts of Madness, Volume 6. No, I need full books here. Dance of the Fire, Volume 1 and 4. This is all you've got? Yellow Book of Riddles. I'll take that one. Oh. Come on. I want more books. Alright, I'm looking for an Elder Scroll.
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about?
Yeah, sadly I do. Tell me more about the Elder Scrolls. No, of course I do. Do you have one here?
You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it.
Don't tempt me. Please don't tempt me. I need to find one and was told you could help.
I don't know who told you that, but I'll do what I can. What we do have are plenty of books. I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture.
I see. Take your work very seriously.
Of course I do. If I didn't, most of these books would have been burned to ashes or dissolved to nothing before the Third Era. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around research materials.
Indeed. What I'm probably going to do, because there's a lot of books here. Rise and Fall of the Blades. Can I take this one? Can I? It's not considered stealing.
Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
Ooh, thank you. Alright. Oh my gosh, it doesn't...
You little filcher.
Wait, what? No, what? It didn't say it was... I'm putting... Look. I'm putting it back. Alright? Not stealing your books. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. So it is stealing. See?
They call me a savage. At least I don't leave my track around.
No.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear?
We're crystal clear. I just want to read them. It's a library after all. Right? My gosh, there's so much here. So many books. So many books. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to say that Squeeper spends time here researching the Elder Scrolls and reading other books. Oh my gosh, I am going to steal a lot of this stuff. I'm sorry, folks, but I might have to do a, oh man. What do you call it? You know, one of Squeeper's little excursions. Because look at all this stuff. No, he wouldn't have excursions here. He wouldn't have excursions here because he wouldn't steal this knowledge. And the truth is, they're safer here than anything he could ever give him. Oh, man. So he would have to read it here. He would probably come back here eventually. He doesn't have time now, which sucks. Oh, he would spend weeks here. But we are going to,
Yes?
wait here.
If you say so.
And you... you go ahead and chillax for a while. So just stay close to me, but hang out. Because we've got reading to do. Freya, you can work on your reading. Yeah? That's a good idea. You can practice. Hi!
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies.
I don't know. She told me quite a bit. Who are we talking about?
Feralda, don't act like she didn't say anything. I know her, and I know what she's been up to.
Good for you? Is there a problem with Feralda?
My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance and posture, by my superior good looks. But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh no, I won't let it get to me one bit. That's what she's after. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
Yeah. Okay, so, what do you know about Ankano? What's that?
Don't trust that one. He's up to something.
Okay.
Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, it's not good.
Oh.
I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
No, I don't think he is. What are you doing here?
I'm here to assist anyone interested in joining the college. Also, my presence tends to frighten the locals and keep them away.
Okay. Good for you. I don't want to join the College of Winterhold. I mean, I do want to join the College of Winterhold. I can't join the College of Winterhold.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Master Groshev's apprentice, Eleanor.
Hi, Eleanor.
If something were to happen to the Master, I would take over as Librarian, which, at this rate, will be anywhere between someday and never.
You don't think you'll ever be a librarian?
Not until Master Groshrub retires or passes on. I know he looks old. Well, because he is. Way too old for an orc. I'm convinced he's immortal. Sometimes I think Master measures time by the era, which means unless I start a competing library, I'm stuck being an apprentice forever.
Aw. But a competing library sounds like a great idea.
Really? I meant it as a joke. But it's cute you thought I was serious.
Why not? Let's show some skin and nobody will care about the no. Whoa. Whoa! How come these are my only two options? I wouldn't say either of those. Alright, fine, let's go with this one.
Then I wouldn't be a librarian, now would I?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have said either of those. Let's just do with, tell me about the library.
The Arcanium is a very prestigious library, with many of its books going back to the Second Era. The more delicate tomes are kept under lock and key, but you are welcome to browse the outer collections at your leisure.
Ooh, can any of the books be bought?
Master Groshrub has a list of books unfit for the collection. Frivolous works by academic standards, but still interesting reads. Talk to him if you want more information.
Yeah, I know, but I want the good stuff. What are your responsibilities?
Well, I've been trained in the library arts. My responsibilities are limited to my vocation.
And what would that be exactly?
Recently, I've been tasked with updating the college dictionary, which is a thankless but important duty. Dictionaries are important tools for preserving language, and they provide bridges for future generations to communicate with our ancestors.
Sounds like a lot of work. Isn't a dictionary more or less static?
Not necessarily. Master says spoken language is a living, breathing organism, always evolving and shedding old skin. In contrast, the written word is both living and dead. We must capture both what was gained while recording what was lost.
Interesting. How often do you make edits to the dictionary?
In the interest of efficiency, Master insists I only make updates when there are at least 10 neologisms worth adding. At this rate, I'll never get a chance to show what I can do. That's why I've taken it upon myself to speed up the process by coining some new terms.
Really? That sounds a bit unethical. Or how about I help? Ooh, I can help. How about Akatoshian? As in, like, Akatosh.
That's cute, but only a trained wordsmith is allowed to introduce new words into the annals.
But it works. But I liked my new word. Can you give me an example of one of your new crafted words, then?
Sure. You know how people use animals as verbs or gerunds to describe human actions? Like ferreting out, or squirreling about, or wolfing down? Well, I thought, why not apply the same logic to trolls? I find trolls to be fierce creatures in a way that is almost honest in its brutality.
Oh, no.
In our parlance, trolling could mean stating one's opinions, but in a very honest and forthright way that reflects the passions of one's convictions.
Are you trolling me right now?
Well, sort of. I think.
I think you are too. Oh, that's clever. I bet you hear lots of conversations working here. Any interesting rumors?
Just the one. Let's just say Neria and Ferelda are having Surges enchant more than just items.
Huh? Seems Surges has much to teach all of us. Oh, but he's so old.
Neria and Ferelda are Altimer. They may not look it, but Surges is probably half their age.
Ugh. How are you feeling?
bored, and a bit lonely. Comes with the territory, I suppose.
Aw. Well, you take care of yourself there. Alright, so let's read these books, shall we? Find a place to sit down. I would probably, hang on. Unequip all my weapons and stuff so that I'm not trying to sit with, bows and arrows and stuff. There. Much better. Okay. Hi. What? Have a seat. I'll just stand there. Alright, okay, books. Effects of the Elder Scrolls, Elder Scroll Blood. Oh, no. There's another Ruminations of the Elder Scrolls. Let's do Effects of the Elder Scrolls. I think I've already read this one, though. Effects of the Elder Scrolls. It's widely known among scholars the Elder Scrolls entail a certain hazard in their reading. The mechanisms of the effects have at present been largely unknown. Theories, hidden knowledge, divine. I have undertaken to document the elements affected by the Elder Scrolls on their readers, though an unified theory of how they manifest continues to elude me and remains subject to future study. I have grouped the effects into 4, finding that the avenue... Okay, I guess I haven't read this. Finding the avenue of experience depends largely upon the mind of the reader. If this is unclear, I hope that a proper dichotomy will lay it plain. Group the first. The nails for one who has received no training... Okay. The nails, I don't know. In the history or nature of the Elder Scrolls, the scroll itself is effectively inert. No prophecy can be scarred, and no knowledge obtained. While the scroll will not impart learning to the uninformed, nor will it afflict them in any adverse fashion. Visually, the scroll will appear to be awash in old lettering and symbols. Those who know their astronomy often claim to recognize constellations in the patterns and connections, but such conjecture is impossible to further investigate since the very nature of this study necessitates unlearned subjects. Group of the second. The unguarded intellects. It is this second group that realizes the greatest danger from attempting to read the scrolls. These are subjects who have an understanding of the nature of the Elder Scrolls and possess sufficient knowledge to actually read what is inscribed there. They have not, however, developed adequate discipline to stave off the mind-shattering effect of having a glimpse of infinity. These unfortunate souls are struck immediately, irrevocably, and completely blind. Such is the price for overreaching one's faculties. It bears mentioning, though, that with this blindness also comes a fragment of that hidden knowledge. Whether the future past or the deep natures of being is dependent on the individual and their place in the greater spheres, but the knowledge does come. Group the third, mediated understanding. Alone in Tamriel, it would appear that only the cult of the ancestor Moth has discovered the discipline to properly guard one's mind when reading the scrolls. Their novitites must undergo the most rigorous mental cultivation, and they often spend a decade or more at the mastery before being allowed to read their first Elder Scroll. The monks say this is for the initiate's own protection, as they must have witnessed many unguarded intellects among their more eager ranks. With appropriate fortitude, these readers also receive blindness, though at a far lesser magnitude than the unguarded. Their vision fogs slightly, but they retain shape, color, and enough acuity to continue to read mundane texts. The knowledge they gain from the scroll is also tempered somewhat. It requires stages of meditation and reflection to fully appreciate and express what one saw. Group the fourth. Illuminated understanding. Between the previous group and this one exists a continuum that has at present only been traversed by the monks of the ancestor Moth. With continued readings, the monks become gradually more and more blind, but receive greater and more detailed knowledge. As they spend their waking hours pondering the revelations, they also receive a further degree of mental fortitude. There is, for every monk, a day of penultimate reading, when the only knowledge the Elder Scroll imparts is that the monk's next reading shall be his last. Ooh. For each monk, the penultimate reading comes at a different and unknowable time. Preliminary work has been done to predict the occurrence by charting the severity of an individual monk's blindness, but all who reach these later stages report that the increasing blindness seems to taper with increased reading. Some pose the notion that some other unseen sense is, in fact, continuing to diminish at this upper range, but I shall leave such postulations to philosophers. To prepare for his ultimate reading, a monk typically withdraws to seclusion in order to reflect upon a lifetime of revelations and appoint his mind for reception of his last. Upon this final reading, he is forever blinded, as sure as those unguarded ones who race to knowledge. The illuminated one, though, has retained his understanding over a lifetime and typically possesses a more integral notion of what has been revealed to him. It is hoped that this catalog will prove useful for those who wish to further our mortal understanding of the Elder Scrolls. The moth priests remain aloof, but these matters, taking the gradual debilitation that comes with reading as a point of pride. May this serve as a useful starting point for those hoping to take up such study. Dictated to this guy, let's see, okay, interesting. We shall read the other book. Ruminations of the Elder Scrolls. By Septimus Cygnus, College of Winterhold. Imagine living beneath the waves of a strong-sided blessing of most excellent fabric. Holding the fabric over your gills, you would begin to drink its warp and weft. Through the plant matter fibers imbue your soul, the wretched plankton would pollute the cloth until it stank to heavens of prophecy. This is one manner in which the scrolls first came to pass, but we are the sea, or the breather, or the fabric. But are we the sea, the breather, or the fabric? Or are we breath itself? Can we flow through the scrolls as knowledge flows through being the water, or are we the stuck morass of sea filth that gathers on the edge? Imagine again this time, but different. The bird cresting the wind is lifted by a gust and downed by a stone, but the stone can come from above if the bird is upside down. The fuck? Where, then, did the gust come from, and which direction? Did the gods send either, or has the bird decreed their presence by her own mind-making? The all-sight of the scrolls makes a turning of the mind such that relative positions are absolute in their primacy. I ask you again to imagine for me. This time you are beneath the ground, a tiny acorn planted by some well-meaning elf maiden of the woodlands for her pleasure. You wish to grow, but fear that you may become, so you push off the water and dirt, the sun, to stay in your hole. But it is the very pushing that you become a tree in spite of yourself. How did that happen? The acorn is a kind of tree, egg in this instance, and the knowledge is water and sun. We are the chicken inside the egg. What? But also the dirt. The knowledge from the scrolls is what we push against to become full-sighted ourselves. One final imagining before your mind closes from the shock of ever knowing. I think I'm getting a headache. You are now a flame, burning bright blue within a vast emptiness. In time, you see your brothers and sisters' burnings of their own in the distance and along your side. A sea of pinpoints, a constellation of memories. Each burns bright, then flickers. Then two more take its place, but not forever, lest the void fills with rancid light that sucks the thought. Each of our minds is actually the emptiness, and the learning of the scrolls are the pinpoints. Without their stabbing light, my consciousness would be as a vast nothingness, unknowing. Its emptiness as a void is unknowing of itself. But the burnings are dangerous and must be carefully tended and minded and brought to themselves and spread to their siblings. Okay, then. Yeah, that was a bit of crazy right there. Well, we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. And next time we'll talk to the guy about the crazy. All right? All right.